Alrighty. So this is week 2 of our podcast.
Episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Good job. Oh, Malik's her cooter. May.
Come
Anyways, I feel like last week was a lot of trauma dumping.
here. We lost that half of it, though.
I feel like I still trauma dumped in the last half. And just not as bad. Not as into the nitty gritty.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. I suppose this week we should kind of have some content or narrative to go over. Erin was lovely enough to put us together a little list that we can go through.
I'm gonna drink to that one.
Are you done?
For now.
Just kidding. I love you.
I love you.
Anyways, we're going to talk about our businesses, I guess, more in depth and just the ideas behind it and where we are, how it took to get there, and I guess kind of the futures of what we want to see for each.
Yeah. Do you want to go through the list, I guess? One by one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you want to go over. If you don't want to go over something, we don't have to.
Yeah. So, this is good for us. I mean, we didn't come from money or parents that had money or anybody around us who, I guess, has the resources other than friends that we've made that would be able to help us. So,
yeah.
I guess starting from scratch, what it's like building businesses with limited resources.
Yeah. I guess I feel like overall yours is definitely a lot more strenuous on that side of things than mine is.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I guess. Do you want to go into the why?
Yeah. Erin, tell us why your business is difficult without your resources.
Oh, well, first and foremost, mine's product-based or e-commerce based.
Mm-hmm.
So with e-commerce, obviously I need to have product on hand to be able to provide to a customer. Again, it didn't come from money or anything of the sort, and working a 9 to 5 and us having kids and having to provide for our family. One, working the 9 to 5, having the time to build it is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But two, the money that we do make goes towards living expenses and things like that, or some of our small hobbies. So in order for me to start an e-commerce business, I need to secure a small business loan.
Mm-hmm. Tell us how much a range your size business that you're trying to curate.
Right. Well, product alone is around $140,000. And I guess to get into the nitty-gritty of product, when you're working with manufacturers and after you go through quality control and you figure out your labels and your packaging and everything that you want and the size of bottles that you want, in my case, for the different types of products that I want to provide on my website or platform, there's a minimum MOQ, so a minimum order quantity of each type of product. And I guess I always go back to shampoo and conditioner because it's the easiest to explain to people and the most relatable. It's something that everybody uses. But for shampoo and conditioner alone, even if I'm getting it at a cheaper cost from buying it in bulk, the minimum of each is 1,000. So
units that you have to buy.
1,000 units of shampoo, 1,000 units of conditioner.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's just...
We're going to put that in our bathroom or what?
I'm gonna find a spot. It's
Yeah.
gonna be in the kitchen. It's gonna be in both the bathrooms or all three of the bathrooms. Sorry.
Fine.
But when you look at that, um, you look at, I think I have 22 different products.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's different. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, derma rollers, or again, topical solutions, or beard oils, or beard balm, or beard growth kits, or I don't know, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
If the MO, and that's just shampoo and conditioner. There's other ones where the minimum MOQ is 2,000 or 5,000.
Right.
Minoxidil, if anybody's trying to just go out and buy it,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to start selling it, the minimum MOQ is 5,000 units.
Yeah. That's crazy.
5,000.
Yeah.
And
And then you have to hope somebody buys them all.
exactly. And the market is saturated for that
Minoxidil.
specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether you look on Amazon or you Google it, or I guess any way that you go about it, it's so saturated that there's a certain price point that you have to sell it
Mm-hmm.
for it to make sense, for it to be enticing to the customer.
Right.
And again, there's a lot of research that went into this when building my business plan and figuring out the right price point to be profitable, but also be fair to the customer. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
trying to screw anyone over,
Right.
right? I started this again to give back,
Yeah.
but I'll just say it. Just to produce it per unit
Mm-hmm.
is between $15 and $18, and that doesn't include shipping it here.
Yeah.
And when you have 5,000 units of something, that's a truckload
Mm-hmm.
of units. And then those units are being sold between $27 and $32. So again, just bare cost,
Right.
$15 to $18 per unit, times that by, I guess by 1,000, 2,000, or 5,000.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just one example.
Well, and you've taken the time to, I guess, pay attention to what is actually going into the products too. Because I feel like a lot of people, when they start businesses, they go out and find what's already there, even though it's not the greatest, or it's actually like not good at all.
Yeah, ingredient wise.
Yeah, ingredient wise. Because I feel like there's definitely a lot of things that we're not supposed to put on our scalp or our face, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you've done a good job finding organic solutions.
I appreciate that. It hasn't been easy.
No.
There are not many good options out there.
Mhm.
And what I've found is a lot of the products, even if it has different labels, different companies, no matter where you look, it's usually the same 4 or 5 companies that are
Yeah.
producing them.
The same formula. Yeah, I've noticed that even when it says like cruelty free or vegan, like those are the first thing that people normally look for just on shelf wise. But for one, it doesn't mean that they actually are in total that. But then also, like, normally the first thing you see on the back of the ingredients is like sulfate or alcohol, which obviously sometimes you need alcohol or like glycol in order to be like an active ingredient to make something else work. But
Mm-hmm. Like,
that's bad, I suppose.
it is. It is. And for, I guess, the ingredients to work,
Right.
it can't be too much water because
Mhm.
it's adverse, I guess,
Mhm.
or not compatible. Water and certain ingredients are not compatible.
Yeah.
So you have to put an alcohol or a glycol in
Yeah.
there.
Exactly.
And a lot of companies do that. Usually, the shampoo and conditioner, even though all those ingredients are in there,
Mhm.
it could be up to 80% water.
Right. Yeah.
And they say they have all these things in there, but also of those 20 ingredients and water,
Mhm.
15 of those ingredients are incompatible with water.
Right. Yeah.
So
So you're
really,
paying for nothing.
you're paying for nothing, which is something that normal customers, I guess, or people that go and buy
Right.
any of these products wouldn't realize. And the same goes for, I guess, body wash
Mhm.
and things like that. And they say it's hydrating, and then they're like, well, why is my
And you're
skin
just,
dry?
yeah.
And then that's
No.
why.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many different things that are portrayed as good for your skin, and your insides and it's not. But
Mm-hmm.
you're also doing supplements too.
Yes, biotin and collagen,
Yeah.
and then it's a natural DHT blocker.
Yeah.
So again, all of that is from, I guess, organic components like saw palmetto and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. Um, and there's a lot of research behind those organic ingredients. I guess the biggest thing about the products that are going to be provided is going back to the basics. We
Mm-hmm.
don't need stuff that's bioengineered or all these things that are, I guess, man-made
Yeah.
that are supposed to be better for you.
Mm-hmm.
When you go back to what actually comes out of the ground, what can be grown, and then what can be picked from a tree or a bush or I guess what have you, what can be found in nature, that's what's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing more, nothing less done to it, and that's why it is good for you.
Right.
It's what your body craves.
Mm-hmm. So, for your business and what you're launching, you said that it is based around men's like wellness and mental health, and you said that you wanted to give back to the military community and for suicide prevention and stuff like that. I guess right now your business is kind of more towards the male base.
Yep.
Um, I know that I have had women reach out to me off of like your posting stuff that you've posted and stuff like that, asking for a regimen or if your products would be available specifically for women.
Mm-hmm.
I know some things are not, they're not able to use.
Minoxidil and then finasteride, which is a prescription drug.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That finasteride is always specifically just for men, or can it be like
yeah,
a lower dose, or is that the minoxidil?
that's minoxidil.
Okay,
You can do 2% minoxidil for women.
gotcha.
Um, and essentially that restarts and then prolongs the growth phase of, I guess, the hair follicle. Makes it healthier, and that's the short of it. Finasteride was actually a drug that was produced for enlarged prostate in men
Mm.
originally. And then when they were doing trial runs with it, they found out that one of the side effects
Mm-hmm.
was that people were either no longer balding or regrowing hair.
Oh, so it was a good side effect,
Yeah.
essentially.
It was an accident that it was found. Hi, May.
Jeez.
Uh, but I guess back to the original question of it being available for women or females.
Mm-hmm.
One, yes, it is geared towards, I guess, the male audience.
Right.
And the reason I geared it towards the male audience is for what you spoke on, which is
Mm-hmm.
men's mental health, suicide awareness, anxiety, depression,
Mm-hmm.
things like that, focusing on self-image. Because that's what I can relate to. That's what I've experienced through, I guess, my experiences.
Yeah.
Uh, Again, near and dear to me. So I
Mm-hmm.
know what that's like, and I have seen people close to me go through that. So um, I haven't really dealt too much with women going through those things.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's easier for men to talk to men and women to talk to women about those things.
Right.
And when men started reaching out to me about it, and then the direction that I wanted to take to give back to the military community and first responders, that's where I guess my mindset went.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now going down this path and seeing that there is a need in, I guess, female cosmetics, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have aspirations to create something branded and geared towards
Mm-hmm.
women's, I guess. It could be mental health, because again, it goes to self-image, but being
Yeah.
able to give them a product at a good cost that they're not going out and spending, God, I don't even know what is, I guess, good shampoo and conditioner. Like, what does it go for? Even if it's branded a certain way, what is, I don't even,
It's so. I guess. It depends on the brand, but it's anywhere from like $15 to $30 a bottle, depending on the size of the bottle.
yep.
I know like the shampoo that my mom swears by is like for like a good size one, I think it's like $40 a bottle and
Yeah.
whatnot. But it doesn't help like thinning or hair loss or anything like that, or especially like women postpartum. I think that there is definitely a division between men and women, and there's a lot more things for women in the stores that come along with the pink tax and all of that. But I think that it's cool um, that yours is more geared towards men, especially because it is like a hard topic, I feel like, for guys to talk about. Unless they're, like you said, they're like joking about it, like making fun of it. Like that's the only way that you can like talk through your trauma
Yeah.
is to make jokes.
That's just how we as men are. Yeah. We
Yeah.
have to make a joke or light up the situation. Our best way to, I guess, combat self-image and or body image issues is by
Mm-hmm.
deflecting and then making light or fun of the situation.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you brought that up. Is I guess that is something that played a factor into building something geared towards men or for men.
Mm-hmm.
Women are more likely to read the ingredients that they're putting on their skin, hair, and body in general.
Mm-hmm.
Men are not.
No.
Nah, we're a convenience. We walk into the store like,
The 5-in-1.
that shit looks shiny. It looks cool. Or that's like, it's all matte black. Ooh, I want it.
Yeah. Or
Like,
this will shampoo and condition your hair all in one.
yeah,
The fuck is that?
that
Oh,
shit is
look. Now I
bad.
cussed the first time. Damn it.
Yeah, exactly. So providing something or being able to create something that men know that they can buy that is actually good for them and not even have to think twice about it.
Yeah. I think too. I love you to death, but seeing your before and your after picture, I think that will just be the seller.
Do you want to snip it and put it in this?
I should, yes.
Am I one in uniform or what one?
Yeah, you're one in the uniform.
Yeah, you're right.
I think too. I think it would be really good to like reach back out to the friends that you said that you kind of give the regimen to and see if you could use their before and afters, and then also find like how you're saying like Dwayne or whoever would like to do it and
Yeah.
kind of like let them do a trial.
Yeah.
And then that way you can prove to your future customers.
So I actually did start reaching back out to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten some really good pictures back.
That's
and
good.
also permission
Yeah.
to use them.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's not an easy topic to talk about. Men's balding is not easy to talk about. I touched on it in the last episode.
Yeah.
When men gain weight or they start losing their hair, it's the worst thing for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, when men see results of either losing weight or getting their hair back, it completely gets your confidence back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like that's just like a human thing too, because I know like coming out of the trenches of postpartum
Yeah.
the first time, not this time's not so bad, but the first time, like fluctuating in your body weight and then losing hair or having little fucking bangs
Yeah.
when you didn't have bangs. Yeah. I've also like my mom, I know that she said that she lost hair postpartum, especially like worse the second time with my brother. And then like having your hair thin out and it being like noticeable like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not fun for anyone.
No, it's not.
No. Like we kind of got into like the nitty-gritty of the businesses, and then for the learning curve, I feel like you've experienced a lot
For
over
you talking for the business aspect?
for every just as a total. I feel like you've gone back and forth and you've done a lot of research, and
Putting the business plan together has been and was the hardest thing.
yeah.
It started with me just wanting to do a few simple products with, again, good ingredients,
Mm-hmm.
but then factoring in a derma roller.
Yeah.
Not many men know, other than their beard, that you can do that on your head
Right.
and get the same results, and it just amplifies everything. And when you're taking finasteride or using a topical solution or using healthy ingredients when it comes to hair and skin care. But all of those things, figuring out the logistics of them, figuring out the ingredients, figuring out the packaging, branding it in a way that people will look at it and trust it. Knowing that you're going to have to advertise because, again, starting our businesses, we don't have funding.
Yeah, we're not like Kim K, where you have like a business after a business, and
Yeah,
like no worries, we'll have followers and
exactly. We have to build all of that.
yeah.
Um, figuring out that you actually have to budget advertisement. You have to build a website.
Yeah.
Mine has back-end telemedicine and has doctors on the back end that's actually going to meet and consult with you. There's a price to that,
Yeah.
a major price to that. Again, building a website costs money. Then figuring out that you have to host it. And then the more traffic that you get, the hosting fee goes up.
Really? I didn't know that.
I was just told that right now, starting out with barely any traffic for mine being in e-commerce, $2,500 a year starting. Oh, by the way, people are going to be using a product they're going to be putting on their body. You have to have insurance.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So there's all these different
There's
things.
so many things that you don't think about when you're starting a business, and you're just like, oh my God.
Nope. How is it going to be packaged and shipped? What are the dimensions of your product?
Yeah.
So what boxes do I have to buy in bulk? What shipping materials do I need? How
Yeah.
much do I need to figure per product? There's also taxes. Every single city, county, state has
All
different tax regulations. So what programming are you going to put into your website? Not only figure the taxes and make sure those are accounted for if somebody's buying in Chicago, Miami, Florida, New York, or what have you. Everywhere is different. And if those aren't accounted for and then reported properly, guess what? I just lost more money.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that go
It's not
into
for the
it,
week.
but doing it the right way. I'm not trying to cut corners, and that's also why it's taken so long.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I said, it's very easy to go out and like find product that's already made and like re-put your your package, your label on it, and then just say buy and not do everything else, or not make sure the ingredients are decent, not make sure there's like a whole regimen, or like you have like your beard growth kit, like you have every single item in there. It obviously caters to like that one specific thing. So I feel like you've definitely done a good job.
Thank you. So to go back to the business loan piece, I just touched on the product.
Yeah.
Like being 140 grand.
Yeah, not like everything else that
No,
goes.
everything else that goes into it, I'm looking at like 250, 300, maybe even 350,000. I didn't get into the storage. I didn't get into any of those things and making sure that.
No.
Obviously, you get a loan, you have to pay the loan.
Yeah. So that goes into the next one. It says bootstrapping 101. How we're building a business without going broke.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Do tell.
Yeah.
Being accurate with your business plan.
Yeah.
Securing funding to allow you enough time to be profitable. Again, when I went through and started building this, I didn't shortcut it. I didn't do a 1 year projection, 2 year projection. I did 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, and then up to a 10 year. I figured 20% growth. I figured 50% growth year over year. I figured 1.9% growth month to month. I figured both the minimum options and the maximum options. And even when building the plan, I didn't go in the middle. I was conservative with it to make sure that this is smart.
Yeah.
You're taking a risk no matter what. Definitely taking a risk.
Yeah.
But being smart about the risk is a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Um, I guess. So you're still working on your business plan, kind of to secure your loan. But you've put in a lot of your own money. Like all of it's been your own money,
Yeah.
or most of it, I suppose.
I think I'm up to over 18,000
Yeah,
into
that's
it of
crazy.
my own money.
Well, you've
Um,
also been working on it for like years, though, right? That's including all of the years.
hmm
Yeah.
It's been a lot more in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
A lot of that is, again, product revisions and building the
Mhm.
website and custom packaging and making sure that that's all
Mhm.
correct. And uh, there's definitely a lot that goes into it.
Mhm. I feel like you've been like a little bit more excited about it or engaged with it. I remember when you first told me about it, you were still like working on it, but it was more so just like um out of reach, I suppose. And then there was like I don't know what month it was, but there was like one point in time where you finally bought like I think it was like a testing package or whatnot, and then after that one it was like fucking game over. We're gonna get it done.
Uh, you played a big factor into that. Being in a relationship, to have the support to push me to succeed or for us to succeed.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, you're to thank for that.
Oh, well, thank you.
Mm,
Thank you for your kind words.
thank you.
Mhm.
I wouldn't. It's easy to come up with something on your own, um, and have a vision or have a path and want to pursue it.
Mhm.
And a lot of the times, if you have a lot of will and drive, you can do that. But it makes it a lot easier when obviously you're there pushing me along, being supportive, giving me feedback, both good and bad, telling me when you think I'm straying away from the path,
Mhm.
right? You're not just telling me something to tell me something.
Yeah.
You definitely give educated feedback.
Mhm.
Um, you don't sugarcoat it,
Mm.
but
No.
at the same time, you're still supporting everything that I do.
Yeah. That's because I love you.
I love you.
I'm glad that you finally have the space to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Because in the long run, like, yeah, you're doing it for yourself. It's going to feel good. Like, it's your own business. You've put a lot of research into it. You've met friends along the way that have helped you.
Mm-hmm.
And like whatever you accomplish, no matter how small it is, it's gonna feel good, right? But
Right.
then if you take it the next step and you're actually like very profitable with it, like
Yeah.
it's good for me too.
There it is.
uh, JK,
Mm,
not really though.
no. Be, uh, go ahead.
Overcoming imposter syndrome and the startup phase.
Ooh.
Talking about self-doubt and how you're pushing past fears of failure to keep building your dreams.
So I'm gonna be completely honest. I never had any self doubt. I never. I mean, there's times that were hard, but I knew in the back of my mind once I had this idea
Mhm.
and I said it out loud that I was gonna put action into it to make it happen,
Yeah.
and I've never doubted it once.
No.
I want you to answer that question with your business.
I have impostum.
You have an opossum?
I have impostum in my closet. I have
Our closet?
imposter syndrome like a MF. It's so bad.
You're trying so hard not to swear.
I think I've sworn like 3 times. I think that counts so far. But no, I definitely have imposter syndrome. I like I said, I've been taking pictures and drawing and painting and doing whatever else for since I was a child. But um looking at everybody else's work and seeing like all the clients that they're all the new clients they're getting, all the clients that they're retaining, seeing how much they charge or the different packages, or some people go like hella extra with it and do prompts for like their clients. And then once you get into like the wedding part of it too, like I would never want to do a wedding, like maybe a micro wedding and definitely elopements, but no. I also still struggle with like I guess awkwardness, or like feeling like I'm an adult, I guess. It's hard for me to like uh I guess not constantly think about what other people are thinking. Not in a necessarily like a people pleaser type of way, because I still like say do act like however I want. I feel like I'm very good,
Yeah.
like with my
You
boundaries and
definitely are.
stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
I still have that like empathic side towards me.
Yeah.
So like worrying about what other people are thinking. But then I also know that like photography is all perspective, and not everybody is going to like your work, and you're not going to have all of the clients that you might want or the models that you might want and stuff like that. But especially starting out and not having like I guess a following, like a lot of the followers, a lot of the photographers that I follow or that I know, like they started their photography journey in like middle school or high school. So they've curated all those, excuse me, they've curated all
Mm-hmm.
of those relationships and like taken people from middle school and high school and have just like kind of ran with that. And they also will travel and this, that, and other thing. So, I don't think that that will ever go away in the field that I chose to be in, because you're always like learning the next thing. You're always staying up to date with all of the new technology and knowledge. And I guess like me not knowing exactly where my niche lies, like it's gonna be it's been weird, especially starting it when I was pregnant and then doing maternity leave, and then I don't think I've had a shoot for like over a month or so.
That's also because you told people that you were going to be on leave. People were
Yeah.
reaching out to you.
Yeah, they were. I just feel it was also too for like pictures though that I wasn't really, I guess not necessarily what I'm wanting to do. So I feel like that's the other thing, like since I'm newer, I'm always told that like I need to basically do everything or like shoot everything or try and get leads and this and that, and like to a certain extent yes, but I also am not down to like bend over backwards for people, like that thing that happened when I first started.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Taking it,
down with that.
definitely taking advantage of there
Yeah,
for
or
your
just
services.
saying like it's funny. I think this happens to a lot of photographers, that like when someone reaches out to you for your price and then you tell them your price and they like ghost you. Like that's a normal thing that happens to everyone. Probably not more well established photographers, but
Yeah. So there's a couple of things with that I wanted to touch on. So I guess some of the anxiety with um I don't know if it's necessarily worrying, but thinking about what other people are thinking of you. I've noticed with you that creeps in before you actually go to your shoots.
yeah.
I think the trauma from your past allows you to read people very well
Yeah.
when you interact with them, and you can tell when something is going good or bad. And you're also very personable, so I would say that's like pre-shoot anxiety.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, I
Hmm.
don't want to be like an arrogant asshole.
Which you never will be. To me, maybe. Not to somebody you're shooting.
No, I think too. Um, so like we obviously have the space, and then the studio that I was at with my mentor in July. I really liked that studio too. I I think that is that my cue to hold it closer, a fist away.
Banana.
You telling me I don't talk loud? Banana? I thought it was pineapple or a banana.
A fist away.
A banana fist away. Anyways, marketing.
Fucking right over there. Might have to.
There ain't no airports over here.
Might have to snip that part out.
Did everybody know that Savannah became a digital creator, a podcast pro, a videographer? No.
Why don't you explain it to them?
No.
Okay. Setting your boundaries.
No. I suppose you like bought everything and then I just kind of like hooked everything together except for the mics. That's your job.
Yeah. Mics are my job.
No, learning videography is definitely different than photography in a lot of ways, but it's also the same in a lot of ways. Learning what looks good when you're actually replaying it. Learning how to do your job while May's is staring at you. She said it's bedtime. No, but for real, learning technology is not for the weak. But I'm normally called IT in all of the jobs that I've been in, so
Yep.
I'll figure it out. I will say, I think some of the best videographers are the ones that I worked with at Solgen. That whole like marketing department. Whenever I like, there's certain people and certain businesses that I'm always thinking of in the back of my head that were like, oh, they did that looked good, or they did that, I didn't really like that, but like I'll take this from it.
Yeah.
They're definitely some of the people that I follow closely along to, like what they do, I suppose.
As you should.
And then again, that YouTube Academy is very nice.
It's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I guess for the kids at home, YouTube Academy is just searching the shit out of whatever you don't know how to do.
Yeah. There's no degrees here.
No. YouTube degrees.
YouTube degrees. That's okay though. Let's see. Well, I feel like you kind of touched on the startup struggles, balancing family, work, and big goals. Juggling parenthood. We have the podcast now, and then our 2 startups, while also, I guess, still being okay in our relationship.
Mm-hmm. Which, one thing I've definitely noticed the past couple of days is that I need to set more boundaries and do not disturb, and actually set time out of the day to not be on my phone. Yesterday especially, I thought about it, I guess, before we were going to bed, and I definitely felt bad. I guess with you and Ronan, not that I wasn't like holding him and being around him, but
Being present.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Just blocking out time to be present, especially with all the things that we have going on. Yesterday was kind of a lazy Sunday, of course, but we are constantly doing things or working on things, and I definitely want to be better at being present, or always being present, and making sure that I'm giving you and everyone that's important to us around us the time that they deserve.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely hard. I feel like I literally haven't left the house either since like having him. I know we've gone on a trip, and then we haven't really gone out much. And granted, I don't really want to take him places, just because it's like the winter months and nobody opens a damn window or door to air out all the sickness in their houses anymore.
Nope.
I do it when you're at work so you don't complain about it being cold.
Thanks.
But no, I definitely, I go through phases like that, or like different days where I'll tell that I be on my phone a lot more and my computer a lot more, and that's normally when I have my little do not disturb settings to where like only you can text or call me, or like if it's an emergency they can call me or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I feel like it helps when you have anxiety to do that sometimes, But I've also noticed when I get like episodes of anxiety or like anxiousness, I will tend to want to grab my phone more. I don't know why that is, but
Unconscious scrolling, maybe?
yeah. Well, because there are times where like mindlessly scrolling on TikTok will like take away that anxiety, but I feel like that's only certain times. But to go back to what you were saying about still making sure that like our little family is good, I feel like that is what's more important. Like me and you for one, and then the kiddos after,
Yeah.
and then everything else. It's definitely a struggle, I feel like, juggling everything, but
I agree. I think we're doing a lot right now and started up a lot and trying to figure out the best way to go about it. I don't think that we've been bad, but I think that it will get better. And
yeah.
I think we'll be able to establish better routines.
Yeah. It's 10:03 right now.
You gotta be up at 4:15.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
okay.
we can sleep when we're dead, I suppose.
Oh,
Just kidding. I'm will always be that girl that wants to live in the boonies on an island somewhere with no cell service. Just film camera. That's what I need.
I know.
Live off the land. So if we could get there soon, that'd be great.
Working on it.
uh,
You hear this, woman?
yeah, big expectations. That's why I have you in my life. Why patience is key. It says staying focused when success feels very far away.
Oh, that goes back to doing the right thing and not just doing the thing.
Yeah.
With every step of starting this up,
Yeah.
it's been calculated, and I think I built confidence in knowing that taking my time with things and actually like thoroughly looking over them and understanding them before jumping in head first.
Yeah. We all know.
Yeah.
Well, they don't, but I know.
I know. Everything else, I definitely just jump in. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it looks fun. Let's do it.
Yeah.
With this, it's definitely been different.
Yeah, I feel like this is the one thing besides me that you have the most patience with.
I have a lot of patience.
With which one?
Both.
uh-huh.
I feel like in general I have a lot of patience.
No, you do. You are like 9 day to what guys like. What am I trying to say? You're night and day to the men that I have normally been around. You're definitely very kind and very patient with everyone, and you're also very nice and like personable.
Thank you.
I feel like that will also help with your business and
Yeah.
just showing. I feel like that's also a good thing, like doing the podcast and showing people like who you are. Like the way that we're talking to each other is the same way that we speak off camera.
You know, nothing changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice having a best friendship. But yeah, just giving people the benefit of the doubt, hearing them out, understanding their story, understanding their background, and treating people with respect. Obviously, unless they give you a reason not to.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to be walked on.
Yeah, and there's no reason to be arrogant or edgy or defensive off the bat. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. You dad everyone a lot too. I feel like that goes in your favor though.
In what way?
Because they don't know that it's happening. I will watch an interaction with you and I'm like, damn, he's dadding the shit out of that person. And they're just like fucking in la la land. Like, yeah. But you always get what you want. I guess that's part. No, not in a bad way.
Okay.
Jesus. Well, I was gonna say it is part of like manipulation, and now we know how to use it for like good ways, which you should never manipulate anybody. But when you need
Is that the
something,
disclaimer?
yeah, that's a disclaimer.
Don't come across people with past trauma because they're going to manipulate you without them knowing it.
Oh fuck yeah! Are you kidding me?
You swore.
Yeah, we're on like number 6. I'm still doing better than
The what?
the last week's one.
There's an F word in there somewhere.
No. I watched it back and I was like,
You have to have a swear jar.
oh, you know what? My freaking
Good job.
my coworkers at Solgen, they had a swear jar for me.
You have the mouth of a sailor for sure.
I have my dad to thank for that one.
Mm-hmm.
This is key. It says reflect on the mental and emotional endurance needed to keep going when results are slow and uncertain. So, like you taking
Yeah.
all the right steps and going through everything the correct way. It's definitely in your favor. I honestly am the way that you normally are with things and like with new hobbies and just like going balls to the walls with stuff. I am surprised that you have this much patience with it, but I think it's also because it's like your baby and you want it to do good and to be good and to bring back good. So
Yeah, I don't want to put us in jeopardy either.
yeah, it's a
This-
it's a lot with. I mean, every piece of it with you being taken away when you're doing all of your research and when you're doing it with a business, and then thinking about like providing a storage space for everything for it, and then packaging.
Yes.
We're gonna wear mini hats,
Yeah, we are. There's gonna be some late nights out there.
turning my swear jar for some goodies. It's gonna be like Chuck E. Cheese. And do I get Tootsie Rolls when I turn in my change?
Is that what I gotta pay you in Tootsie Rolls?
No, we agreed lotuses and teas, and I'll be your marketing creator, director, digital guru.
And I'm your free employee for any picture and prop and carrying of the cameras and goodies.
Yeah.
That's what I signed up for. Free labor.
Oh, free labor. You know how hard it is to edit a podcast?
Nope.
Yeah. Bye. Especially when it's like how we are. We don't have a third person.
No.
I gotta get my ass up and go reset the camera.
May, get your ass up.
I need to buy I think I looked at them. Oh, there's a remote that it plugs into the camera, and then you have the remote. It's $35.99.
Why'd you put the price tag on it?
I
Hint.
couldn't say it with a straight
Hint.
face. Add to the cart.
Ugh. In order for me to edit this podcast, you gotta buy me $35.99.
No, I'm just kidding. I do want to get it though to see if it actually works, because I have the app on my phone, but
Yeah, that worked for the first hour of the last podcast that we lost.
that was a shit show. Shit show. Anyways, off the rails. So, the last one, I guess, in the first part, just talking about the businesses, it goes over small wins, celebrating milestones in the startup journey. What are your personal victories, no matter how small they are, and why celebrating them keeps you motivated in the face of challenges?
I guess if you don't have victories, I mean, it doesn't give you motivation to continue on the path that you are.
You have to have small milestones so you can hit those. Feel good about it. Feel accomplished. Keep going.
If it's setback after setback after setback, that might be a sign that it's not the right path. But at the same time, setbacks are good. things that you can learn and grow from.
Yeah.
Um,
Help you tweak stuff.
there's always a positive and a negative.
So what are some of your small victories?
Getting it to where it is
Yeah.
right now. I mean, all the work that is built up to it, working with Hua, Wisconsin, and potentially partnering with them,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that I'm going to be able to give back, or that we'll be able to give back.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge victory because that was the main reason why I wanted to start it.
Mm-hmm. I think, to actually answer the question, I think one of your small victories recently is your website.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's actual, like, tangible
Yes.
or physical. Not quite physical, but you can see it,
Tangible, yeah.
tangible. I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
Getting all the product packaging and getting all the products in hand,
Mm-hmm.
being able to have you take the professional pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Any picture you see of our products, it was her.
Only the good ones.
On the social media
No,
pages.
look, that's not what I meant. That's where you're projecting. That's not what I meant. I meant for everybody else who doesn't know me, if they see a bad picture that's from me, it's not actually a bad picture. It's just different in their eyes.
It's perspective.
It's perspective.
Yeah, you're right.
No, Erin is like,
Watch
should
your
I
words,
rag on
woman.
you or what?
Say it. It's okay.
Erin is like every man out there that like they don't know the angles, they don't know the style.
I've been getting better.
Yeah, your phone's got you a lot better. Which one do you have? Do we have? Because I got it immediately after.
Because you saw the pictures.
Fuck yeah! Sorry, that one deserved an F-bomb.
Oh, my God.
In certain lighting, it's better than my freaking camera.
Mm-hmm. Your $2,500
My
camera.
$2,500 camera. That's
Yeah.
including the lens, though, too. But no, you've gotten better. I feel like I've sprinkled some spice on you a little bit with your angles
I
and
had no idea about nada
no.
before.
If you don't know that you can
Now you know.
open your camera app and just immediately start recording off of the photo, because it'll record better instead of switching it to video and then hitting record.
Why don't you walk up to the camera and show them that trick?
We'll just clip it in maybe if I feel motivated after in post.
Yeah. That little
But
short right there.
yeah, a how-to. I'm definitely not all the techie savvy, but I'm techie savvy enough to accomplish what we accomplished. We did get a question for today's podcast.
Okay.
Did you get any questions?
I haven't looked at my phone, to be honest.
Okay. Well, I just swiped down. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. I just swiped down and saw one. Jared is asking how me and you communicate spiritually.
Do you want to answer that one first?
Yeah. I feel I feel like now we have gotten more used to each other to where we don't have like the big long conversations that we used to have because we've got all of the like learning portion. Well, not all of it because you continue to learn, but most of the learning portion, like the baseline things covered. But I feel like we're very intuitive to each other. I can tell your emotions without you having to explain it to me, and I'm normally right. I try not to assume either way, but and you do the same thing with me too. So I feel like being able to openly communicate and not feel, I know that sometimes I still feel I don't even know what word would best describe it. I guess like when I'm needing to tell you something and I struggle to tell you something, it's me feeling like I'm going to get a bad reaction, more so than not being comfortable with like you specifically, if that makes sense. Like it's not you,
It does, but that stems from your
it's the
past.
past.
For
Yeah, that
sure.
line. It's not you, it's me. It really
Uh,
is me.
yeah.
But it's also you because you experienced slightly same things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I feel like, I mean, we've talked about like thinking that we've known each other in past lives and
It's
going
very,
down.
very evident.
Yeah.
Something's evident.
Mm-hmm.
There's a familiarity when we
Mm-hmm.
met. For
Yeah,
sure.
where it felt like normal
Yeah.
just right off the bat. Or
There
like
was.
I didn't feel intimidated. I didn't feel like when we met, I was very much in my men ain't shit phase. If you know, you know. All of the good men don't get offended to that either. You've never got offended for me talking shit about men.
No.
No.
So, no, it's true. A lot of men are shitty, just like a lot of. I
Women.
mean,
A
I
lot of
don't
women are
want to
shitty.
say it on here that women are shitty, but there's expectations of what you want in a partner that are very unrealistic. It's not a it's not a buffet. You don't get to pick and
No.
choose what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You find someone that you're compatible with, and then everything just kind of falls in place, and it's very easy.
I think though those words that you used, I think that it's just put into a different perspective because no, you don't get to pick and choose what you want, but also if you know yourself and you know exactly who you are and what you want or what you are looking for, and you place yourself around those type of people or around whatever class or grade or whatever the fuck you want category to call it,
Mm-hmm.
then you automatically attract what you want. You attract what you are also. So if you continuously get shitty people, like I had to learn that too, continuously getting shitty people or people that remind me of my dad or having daddy issues or mommy issues or like things like that. Like that was very continuous until I was like, fuck everybody, I'm going to work on myself and figure out what happened. And then little Aaron came from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I agree with you. First
Mm-hmm.
and foremost, you're absolutely right. You definitely need to find yourself before you seek an intimate relationship
Mm-hmm.
that will actually be positive in your favor. That'll benefit you.
Right.
Um, and to where you can benefit that person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you have to make sure you're okay first.
Yeah, I would say in our relationship we've definitely grown in positive ways.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I will say there's not a single person I've been with in my past that I felt comfortable with,
Yeah.
and that's shitty to say,
Yeah.
but it's true.
Yeah, it's the reality of it.
Yeah. Well, I've again probably shown 20-30% of myself in past
Mm-hmm.
relationships, but with you, definitely you got the whole thing.
That's good.
Even the vulnerable me. I mean, I've told you everything. You literally know everything about me.
Yeah.
Um, I guess to go back to what I was saying, like picking and choosing, like, it's not a buffet. I didn't mean that in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
I meant, the way our society goes, both men and women have crazy expectations
Mm-hmm.
for, well, especially what you see on social media.
Yeah.
Like, so and so needs to have a six figure salary
Mm-hmm.
and have this type of job and have this type of body and like all those unrealistic, just disgusting,
Right, where
like,
it's more like physical
yeah,
rather than like who the person actually is or
yeah,
what they offer that's not monetary or
yeah,
stuff like that, because I feel like it's very easy, like if you have those expectations for someone else and then you also have those expectations for yourself, then you become a couple that works on goals and then you reach those expectations that could potentially be monetary. But I think looking at looking at that stuff like right off the bat is not. I mean, I don't know. That's very like, I guess a modern. I wouldn't say old school because obviously old school is like the woman cooks and cleans and the man works and provides, and that's not like. I feel like it should be a mixture.
I agree.
But
You cooking, you clean.
yeah, as long as you buy the groceries.
Yes.
I cook for you all day long as long as there's groceries in the fridge.
Don't worry. You tell me to go pick up some butter and eggs. I'll come back with $200 worth of groceries.
Yeah, you're so bad at that. Let's tell everybody the differences. I used to live alone, right? So I'd have my grocery list, my healthy grocery list without seed oils and fucking dyes and whatever else. My grocery list, and I would spend like 70, 80, maybe $100 if I also need like toilet paper and paper towels and stuff like that. The way this man goes through paper towels is also a story for another time.
Paper towels are rags, okay?
Paper towels are rags. You fucking non-tree hugger.
Heathen ass. Wasted ass.
No, but you're very flamboyant in some of your grocery purchases.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not complaining. I get to consume.
Damn right you do.
It's just funny. You're just always. I feel like that's part of the not having a lot.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but
just like clothes and TJ Maxx.
Yeah, worse than a woman.
Oh, I'm terrible.
Well,
I look for an excuse to buy clothes.
You know what? The other day, I feel like it was yesterday. I was in my closet and I found videos actually on my phone of my old closet. And when I tell you, it was like the whole entire wall and every like smashed together full. Like that's how many clothes and jackets and sweaters I used to have, and now I have like not even a fourth of that. Are you gonna make sure he's still breathing?
Yes, my dad anxiety's kicking in.
Okay. What's the verdict? I see a foot out the blanket. Hello?
He's good.
Okay.
He's got a hand up against the mesh, too.
Really?
Yeah.
His little foot out.
How much time do we have left?
10 minutes.
Oh, perfect. All right. Do you want to keep going on questions, or do you want to go to some of the ones at the bottom? I feel like we haven't talked much about, like, well, I guess we're still touching on your business, but I definitely don't want this to be
all about you.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
All about me. Isn't it sad that Toby Keith died?
Yes, it's very sad. How'd you see that? Oh,
because it said all about me.
Me.
My armpits are sweating.
Are you moist right now?
I'm not saying that.
I know you hate that word.
Fun questions to let people get to know you better.
Oh boy.
1. What's the most random thing you've done to save money for your business?
Most random thing? Cancel my goddamn subscriptions to the 50 things that I have.
This man.
You know, bad.
I see apps all the time. What is that? Rocket Money or Rocket app? Sponsor Aaron.
Hook me up.
You probably have your fucking gym membership. And
it's funny that you just said that, because there was something I wanted to touch on. Along with building the business and obviously building our family and all of those things and setting aside time for us.
Mm-hmm.
Having your hobbies.
Yeah.
I know you say I definitely dove into CrossFit, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with you, but it's definitely a healthy habit
Yeah.
that carries over into other things.
Yeah.
But having the small hobbies as well to focus on outside of just work, 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 work.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get this done. We have to get this done. We have to get this done. And CrossFit has done that for me, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even say it's just Ronan. Knew where you were going with that. What's my hobby? Sit at home and take care of our son.
The way that I didn't even have to say
That's because we
anything.
know each other so well.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna cry.
Motherfucker, I'm wiping ass all day. Yeah. I knew where you were going. At least you fucking get to sleep.
Whatever. I'm
What you
gonna
mean?
cry.
You and his ass were passed out on the bed when I left this morning. You don't even remember me leaving.
Yeah, because I was awake the second half of the night with him. Your fucking ass was gassed out. Fucking snoring
Time out.
ass.
Time out. Time out. Time out. From 2 to 3:40, I was up with him because I woke you up and I'm like, I'm not getting up to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Because
As soon as you went to bed after that, he was awake. Until you left. When I remember waking up because I was like, oh, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm going to put him in the bed because he sleeps better when we co-sleep with him. And then he's in the fucking bassinet right now. And then I remember being like, well, I have to wait till Aaron's out of the bed because it gives more space, and I was going to put the pillows. So, like, if I zonk out, we're good to go. And then I remember, like, waking up and, like, barely opening my eyes and seeing the bathroom door was closed and the light was on in the bathroom. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And I grabbed him and I put him in the bed and I'm like, I'm sleeping.
you asshole. You know what? Thank you for your services.
Whatever. He also saved the good ones for you when we met up for the appointment and then at home.
The only time he shit today was at the doctor appointment where I had to clean it. And he absolutely blew a hole in his bassinet when we were cooking dinner.
As parent things, we're talking about shit on a podcast.
Yeah, we are.
If you know, you know.
You know, you know. We were 40 feet away from him, and I thought he blew his diaper
You
off.
said that's Abigail. I said, hell no, it's not Abigail. That's your son.
He kept going.
Um.
Okay.
Yeah, Ronan's my hobby. And then I have picking up Abigail from school. Just kidding, guys. I'm
Fucking pissed my pants.
Hold on.
Oh, God.
I'm a homebody. I do enjoy going out in the wild.
When it's nicer outside.
Yeah.
When it's cold
And when it's
shitty.
nature, not like the stores. Like, I don't mind a good I don't mind a good shopping spree every now and again. But, like, you just saw me, I fucking Target picked up my shopping spree.
Yep.
So,
Do you want me to buy you some books?
for what? To read?
The fuck else do you do with a book?
Put them on the bookshelf. I'm just kidding. I haven't read a book in a while. I feel like that would be good for brain exercise.
Oh,
I used to read all the time.
God.
You know what
I'm
book
not gonna
I
buy you a
need?
book if you don't know what to do with it.
No, you know what book I would appreciate again? The Four Agreements.
Ooh, okay.
I think it was May. Either May or my old dog ate the shit out of it. But the first time I read that book, I cried. So, like, I'm very emotional. You know this. I cry for everything.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a good book.
It's not a bad thing.
No. No. I'm looking forward to joining you in CrossFit. I can feel like my core, my abdomen still like need to heal. Because even like lunging, it's like I can feel it like in my lower abdominal region. Doesn't feel nice.
No.
But I'm over a month and a few days postpartum.
Yeah, it's 5 weeks tomorrow. Hmm. Yeah, the mobility. I got it. We can touch on that. The physical aspect isn't what sucks. It's the mental and growing the mental side of things. I would
Mhm.
say mentally enduring the workouts, and there's you're always reaching a point of I don't want to do this, I can't do this, my body can't do this.
Mhm.
And then you keep going and push through it, and then after you're like, holy fuck. I I did
Mhm.
that. It fucking sucked,
Mhm.
but I did that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that more than anything is what keeps me going back.
That drive.
Oh yeah, I think anybody can go and bench or squat or deadlift or
Mhm.
push around some weight in a gym.
Mhm.
But can you do it to the point of failure and then beyond,
Mhm.
and then sprinkle in even more?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. I think you reminded me too of that reel I sent you about, I don't remember if they're football players or just weightlifters, but they did a Pilates class and they
Oh yeah,
absolutely died
yeah,
because like it's so different movement,
yeah.
but it's just like with CrossFit too. Like if they were to do CrossFit, no, but then also if you were to try and do Pilates, like I'm sure shit would not go over well
I'm not
because
sure
there's
you're
so
right.
many different like muscles in your body
Yeah.
that you have to be aware of that you have. So it's that mind to muscle mentality, and then like you said, pushing yourself, especially if you're not having somebody like in your corner or that knows like I guess like you having Peter and doing like the one-on-one coaching is what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
and like you learning from all the different coaches there, and it being like a whole new like can of worms, I feel like.
Everything is new, and everything is learning, and I'm not good at it yet
Mhm.
by any means. I've definitely made progress,
Yeah.
but uh seeing where people are versus where I am and knowing that I'm early on into it, it just unlocks a lot of potential in a lot
Mhm.
of different ways.
Yeah. I cannot wait to be strong again. I feel like a little limp noodle. I feel like a stuffed sausage. We're just venting. Savannah's vent session. I'm definitely glad that I'm not embarrassed by my body anymore at all. And I can go through phases and stages and not
Hmm.
be like tormented by it,
Yeah.
by the body dysmorphia. That's and the eating disorders. That's a lot. But I feel like that also comes like that's a struggle whenever you're starting something new in the fitness world because you have to make sure that you're eating enough, that you're eating correctly, and that you're actually nurturing your body
Hmm.
to replenish what you're exerting.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Again, all the more reason I'm excited for you to embark on your little journey.
Mhm.
Just building healthy habits.
Yeah.
I'm happy we'll be doing it together. That's
Yeah.
what excites me.
Mhm.
Hmm.
We can do a date night.
At the gym,
No,
we
like a
we
date
need to do
night.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I would like to go to the west side though. I know we want a date night, but I would like to a little trip or do the springs like we were talking about.
Yeah. I want to do that too. I want to go over to the west side, especially.
Hint, hint, motherfucker.
No, especially because the PNW is a great place to be, and uh, I guess if our journey leads elsewhere, I would be sad if I didn't spend more time on the west side
Yeah, no,
and
I
in
understand.
Oregon.
I understand.
I'd like to do the Oregon hot springs. Just find some. I'd like to take him over to the west side too and go on some hikes.
Do a cabin again.
Hmm?
You can do a cabin again.
Yeah. What is...
Where?
I didn't know what that was. What's up, May?
Hmm.
Are you going to come up here or not? She said it's bedtime, you guys. I don't know why we're still out here in the garage.
So what the fuck are we doing? All right. You want to go to actual questions?
Well, we did one of the fun questions.
What's your most irrational fear, and have you ever been forced to confront it?
Spiders.
They're not even bad,
They look scary.
but they're sweet little arachnids.
May begs to differ.
I see that.
So does Abigail. So does everybody else in this house. Tell them what you like to do with spiders when you see them.
I don't kill them.
Mm-hmm.
I take them gently outside
Mm-hmm.
and release them.
If they're outside, that's fine. If we're like,
Your ass wants to come through swinging a broom,
I grew up
smashing
fishing
them
and hunting, and there's a lot of bugs all the time. And when you fucking sleep on the floor or have a singular, what the fuck are those called? A sleeping bag.
There you go.
Like a cot. Then, yeah, you're going to get, like, some buggies up in you. Hopefully not inside you, but when we were out camping, I would always think of spiders going into my ear when I was sleeping.
Not your mouth.
I'm not a mouth breather.
Who is?
You. So is Abigail and so is Ronan.
Get with the program.
I'm sure I do sometimes when I drool on you.
Yeah.
We're just airing out all of our...
That's fine.
This one looks interesting. If alopecia arsenal and creations by Sav were TikTok trends, what would they be?
Oh boy. I don't really watch TikTok. You know that.
Yeah, you don't. It's honestly not surprising to me.
Because I'm old?
Yeah, because you're old. You're only a few years older than me. You know math better than I do. How many months?
How many months older am I than you?
Mm-hmm.
51.
51 months. How many years does that equate to?
That is 4 years and 3 months.
Yeah, that's not that much older than me. How old am I?
What?
How old am I?
Well, I'm 4 years, 27.
Good job.
Yeah.
I legit,
old am I?
when I asked you, 35.
Motherfucker.
You're 31. Don't
Yeah.
play me like that. I know everything about you. Even the things that you don't know that I know.
Damn, detective.
You were going to say something smart, but you know it's true.
I know you know everything. And that's fine.
We didn't answer the question. I don't know if you would be a trend. It's not really cool to like be a trend of hair loss.
Damn. Usually you're trending in the wrong direction.
It's my smoker slap. For me, all gas.
I'm gonna pee. Oh, all right. Do you have an answer? For what?
For mine?
Yeah.
I don't know. To be honest, a trend. Probably me, like, always airing out my shit, being like, help me. Is that a trend?
You tell me. I'm too old to know.
I guess I don't understand. I definitely feel young and feel old at the same time. Because there's like obviously like Gen Z
You're
and
definitely an
everything.
old lady in a young body.
Yeah, I feel like
By the way, she's sleeping.
a granny.
She is sleeping standing up.
Her paws are like this.
Oh, God.
It's not good for your arthritis. Arthritis.
Your
Down.
accent.
I said it like that on purpose.
Mhm.
My accent. I gotta stop laughing like that.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Hmm.
Ew.
Oh, God. What's the most embarrassing way you've injured yourself?
I've injured myself?
Yeah.
I guess it would have to be falling down the stairs at the Mercantile while pregnant in my work boots. That shit was so funny.
You played it off really well.
I got so irritated because you kept asking me if I was okay.
Oh, motherfucker. I'm not okay.
I got a sprained ankle. I'm trying not to cry in public.
Your ankle was so swollen.
No. It was the next day. I had to crawl around the apartment.
Do you have a picture of that?
No, it's not as bad as the first time I fell down the stairs with Abby. But that also no one was watching.
That's fair.
There's a but it was funny because all the old people were like, "Oh,
Oh, she fell. She's one of us.
got my life alert." I said, "You didn't fucking catch me. You didn't catch me.
Yes, I did.
You didn't catch me quick enough."
Your ass rolled your shit, and I was reaching down and grabbed you before you could even hit the ground.
Okay, you grabbed me from not smashing my face against the floor, but
You're welcome.
thanks.
Oh, God. Man, what are two? I mean, I kind of did something similar. I slid downstairs in a bi-level.
Mm-hmm.
The stairs were carpet, and I didn't have socks or shoes on. And right at the end of the stairs, it was like a little bit of a landing and then a door that was halfway open.
Mm-hmm.
I slid all the way down that motherfucker, toes first, and I broke my pinky toe on the door because it was at an angle.
Oh.
And I skipped up and down the driveway, up and down the sidewalk. People were driving past, probably like, what the fuck is this dude doing? The other one, I remember I went camping with Tanner and his family, and we'd bring the boat, or they'd bring the boat, and we would. Is it the accent?
The boat.
Bring the boat, and we would ski, water ski. I'm just gonna finish this really quick. I wasn't that good yet. I hit some wake, did the splits, smashed my nuts on the water, and I had a swollen nut. And one of our friend's parents had to check my nuts later that night to make sure I didn't have to go to the
Oh
hospital.
my god. How old were you?
Oh man, probably sophomore year of high school.
That's so embarrassing. That's not terrible.
My nuts were black and blue. It was awful.
I'm glad they still work.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Thanks, Ronan.
Wait, so did you broke your pinky toe?
Yeah. That was not fun. I hurt like a bitch.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine.
On to the next one.
I'm not saying nothing.
Some of these in here, like this one, I don't think is too applicable to us. What's the most petty argument you've ever had, and who won?
I don't think we've had a petty argument.
I don't think so either.
I don't think we've actually argued about anything. I think we've had like maybe like 3 like hard conversations.
And that's what they are, is hard conversations. I wouldn't say they're arguments.
Yeah.
Oh God. If you had to describe each other as a weather pattern, what would it be and why?
You go first. Since it's so goddamn funny already.
A hurricane?
Oh, this man said a hurricane.
You sweet. And then there's the storm, and then there's the eye of the storm. And then there's the storm, and then she's sweet again.
My ancestors are not happy right now.
I can feel him looking at me.
Better sleep with your eyes open.
What would I be?
I'm just I'm just supposed to describe how you are, or what was the question again? Like,
Oh, God. Hang on. I lost it.
I don't see it.
What the? Is it gone?
I was gonna say I didn't see that one on here.
Oh. If you had to describe each other as a weather pattern, what would it be and why?
I feel like you're just like a sunny day.
I would like to rescind my previous answer.
No. No, I know that I can be spicy, but I feel like
You're very sweet.
Whatever, you already said your piece. I feel like you're like a sunny day because you have a lot of patience, obviously, dealing with a hurricane. And then all of my children might spawn. What?
Nothing.
Yeah, whatever. No. I feel like also you thrive a lot in the summer, so that's why I make that like correlation.
That's fair.
That was a good one.
How would you describe your own weather pattern?
I feel like right now it's not really fair because I have all these extra emotions and hormones inside me. But yeah, like postpartum has not been a huge struggle this time, but it's definitely made me emotional on days where I don't want to be and on things that I don't want to be. So a hurricane pattern is probably accurate. But I feel like you also...
I just want to be clear. You're not mean or like senile or psychotic or like any of the negative emotions.
No, I cry quietly to myself when something's wrong, and then you have to like figure out where I am and if it's okay.
Yep.
No, but you also allow me the space to be emotional, whether it's fucking all high and mighty or sad.
I'm glad. I want all the emotions.
Yeah. I can't believe how zonked out she is.
She's standing there sleeping.
Snoring. Let's see what else is on here. Ooh, there's a lot more at the bottom. I didn't see all this. Parenting and family life. We've kind of touched on everything, huh? What?
What's the craziest thing you've ever eaten, and would you do it again?
Yours takes the cake. I don't even have one to put on there, to be honest.
I don't know if I want to go down that path.
You like exploit people when you say that, or what?
Do I what?
Exploit people?
No. It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
All right. You want me to tell it? Oh, all right. Explain it like I'm explaining it the first time, I guess. Well, in Afghanistan, it's a third world country.
Mm-hmm.
We'd meet with village elders, and they'd have their little helpers and chai boys and whatnot. Well, it's very customary for them to be very welcoming. And when they're welcoming and they're trying to, I guess, not get you in their back pocket, but be your friend,
Mm-hmm. Butter you up.
yeah, they butter us up with chai and food.
Yum.
Rice, goat, veggies, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
Those types of things. Well, they had a very good bread. Very, very good bread. A round, sweet, golden brown bread. And you put your rice on it and numb. And it was always warm.
Mm. Yummy.
Well, after about 6 months of eating this bread 2 times a week, meeting with these village elders when we were out on mission, I would say, we decided to ask our interpreter to ask the Afghans or the Afghan National Army soldiers how they made the bread.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everything's made from scratch,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, these are very dirty people.
Yeah.
Well, basically, it's put in a barrel over the fire, kneaded to the barrel with their feet. It's high enough to where they don't burn themselves, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think they use? Or did I tell you what they use to stoke the fire?
No.
Human shit.
Why?
Because they don't have anything out there else to burn.
Talking about fossil fuels.
So essentially, I ate human shit. And
That's nice. You get the aroma. It's just like when you smoke
We don't-
barbecue and you pick out your fucking wood chips that you get cherry flavor.
Yep.
Nasty.
We were sick like every 2 weeks.
That makes sense.
We were sick all the time.
Mm-hmm. Your immune system's already like fighting for their lives when you're over there and not here.
Yeah.
And then adding some fecal matter.
Ugh.
That's, you know what? I'm not saying it's cool that you ate shit, but just to see how different the culture is
man.
and how that's like normal. And
Yeah, their culture is completely different. The Afghan culture in general, like the way that we speak and the way that you interact, like you and I, like if I wanted something from you, like, hey, quote unquote, can you make me a sandwich?
yeah, it's like I don't look at you, but I serve you.
Yeah. Well, you just do it, and it's a very direct question.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I were to ask you about one of your family members, or like, how's your mom doing? Right? You can't do that there. You can't walk up to someone and start asking direct questions or for information. You have to like warm them up. And
Well,
you have to watch how you're asking. You can't ask about their wife, you can't ask about their daughter or like things like that.
Is it like a culture respect thing, or is it because of everything that's happened with like the war and them being timid?
That's just their culture in general. They're a very indirect culture, and
Mm-hmm.
we're a very direct. Like now,
yeah, like
they're
in your
very
face.
indirect.
Yeah.
Just like you have to look them in the eyes. As soon as you stop looking them in the eyes, it's very disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
When I was over there were stories of I guess soldiers, like especially in like the earlier 2000s, spitting in front of them, and they'd turn around and get shot because it's disrespectful in their culture. We went over there not understanding their culture for shit.
Yeah. Did.
Talked a lot about the business, especially questions geared towards the business.
Yeah. I feel like to able to touch more on each other and just kind of who we are.
Yeah. It's interesting. And because we obviously interact with each other all the time. You know, this is who he is. Who he is. This is who he is. This is who we are. But allowing other people to see, I guess, how we interact with one another.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. I definitely um off of like our Instagram page and Facebook and TikTok and YouTube, and I'm still trying to get Spotify working, but it's definitely been interesting seeing everybody interact with the social media and
Yeah.
how responsive everyone has been, and uh I don't know, it just wasn't expected, I suppose.
Not expected at all with, I mean, the podcast page was started not even a week ago or a week ago.
It was like 6 or 7 days ago.
But regardless, like the amount of people that reacted to that
Mhm.
was very surprising.
Yeah.
But that's what we want. We don't, it's, I guess we should probably say that this podcast isn't necessarily about us. Like the first 2 episodes have been about us
Right.
talking about what we're working on, what we're doing, and we're going to keep doing those things. But we want other people to interact, and we are going to bring people on
Mhm.
uh, and talk to them about, I guess, their lives, their perspective, things that they're working on. Um, and we don't really have an agenda for this podcast.
No, I'm sure we'll get there, and we'll, after we do a few of them, we'll figure out like what we're wanting, or we might not. But I feel like too it'd be good to interview people, and I think it would be fun to interview people, like you interview someone who you want to, and then me interview, or both of us, but just kind of like, obviously we both are alike, but we have different perspectives and
Mm-hmm.
different hobbies and stuff like that too.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, the first 2 episodes I feel like are more directed towards us, because that is what I wanted to do with like vlogging and doing everything behind the photography side of it, is that like I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Like I'm just out here doing it, and I'm trying to learn and still trying to grow and trying to have as much knowledge as I possibly can because of the freaking imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
You know, I want to sit at the big table. I want to be a big boy.
Yep. I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
And you will be.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You will be.
But yeah, I think too, that is something that I can do, is create a form so people can just click on a link and either submit questions, or we can do that for next podcast just on our stories and on a
Yeah.
post and collect them all. And then for the interviews, when we do start doing that, we'll set up a page, like a Google form, what I was telling you about,
Yeah.
and set up a link and send it out to people who want to do that, and we can do an episode each week with them.
I think that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
I guess with the questions too, I mean, there's no restrictions on what people can ask.
No, it can be about our businesses, us,
Anything.
anything.
Really anything.
Even I did see there, like that girl, Cassidy, that I was telling you about, her podcast. So she has people who reach out to her for like advice and for stuff like that. I feel like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Have a little disclaimer though.
Yeah.
Whatever you do is whatever you do on your own agenda. But if you
Mm-hmm.
want some advice,
We can give some.
yeah,
No, I think that's good too.
like that meme. I'll give you advice, but at the end of the day, it's your decision.
It's the truth.
It is true. You can only ask for so much until you just need to figure it out.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should probably do a little outro for this one too, and just maybe say bye, since
Bye.
we forgot to do that for the first one. First one was a bit rough. Technically, it wasn't even the first one.
No.
It was the first one everybody saw.
Yeah. Wasn't the first. Yeah. We had no intro, no outro, just wung it and kind of talk. We trauma dumped. You guys missed most of that.
Mhm. Yeah, they missed like an hour of it.
Yeah.
It's 11:11.
That's the perfect time to end it.
Perfect time. Well,
Sayonara. See you later. Adios.
mhm.
Muchacho.
We'll see. We'll see you guys next week.
Mm-hmm.
Mace is bye. It's bedtime. It's way past May's bedtime.